This is where we're going to actually try to put the new 64-bit image that we've created onto our file server and see if we can use our file server's WDS to install it onto the client. So basically what we've done is we've gone into our server and installed our not installed, but just put in our hard drive here. We've gone into and we've got our removable hard drive, which is that one there, and in the sources folder, if you can remember, we've got something called, in the sources folder on the UFD, we've got something called install.wim. So we're going to try to put that install.wim onto this machine here, onto the file server, and see if we can do that. So we go into Server Manager, click on Roles, and we've got the Windows Deployment Services here. Right, installed images. We had one previously, we know that, in Group 1. Okay, so installed images. Right, add install image, and we're going to create a new image Group 2. Let's try that. Let's give it a bash. Okay, select an existing image. Well, we don't want to. We're going to image Group 2. Next, we're going to browse for the location of that file, which we know is in removable drive, and it's in sources, and it's called install.wim, and we open that, and then we say next, and it's an x64 architecture here, which is correct. Next, school Windows, and yep, that's what we called it. Remember when we did the let's see if this is going to take a bit of a while, so pause, and we'll come back again later on. Okay, it's copied the install.wim file, and now we go into boot images, and we copy the boot.wim into the boot images folder here, and we finish that. So now you can see in the boot images you've got the x86, which is the 386 version, 32-bit, and then you've got the 64-bit bit here. In Group 1 you've got the 386, and you've got the 64. So hopefully now when we actually boot up the machine off the network, it should say, okay, I found the things. There might be an issue with the drivers here again, because we did have to actually say add the drivers to the boot device, didn't we? Pause. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it safe here, and I'm going to go to the 64-bit, that's the new one that we just loaded, and I'm going to say add the driver packages to this image. I do next on that, and search for packages, and it's found the existing Intel ones that we had on there, and I'm just going to go for it really, because it's a gut feeling. Sometimes you've got to use your intuition and just go for it. Anyway, this might take a bit of a while, so I'm going to pause it again. Fine, all the additional drivers have been loaded for the network, so we click on finish. Now hopefully we've got all the images here done. So at the moment now we've got 386 machine for 32-bit and 64-bit machine ready to be deployed. Okay, so I'm going to close this now, close all this, and hopefully now next time when you come up you see the booting up of the computer and see if it loads from the computer. Let's try it now. Right, so now we've got everything hooked up together on the network. We're turning on the computer that we're going to install the image on. Okay, we're going to try again, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to try to press F12 to get the boot operating system and check that it's booting off the network. Here we go, F12, it's found it. F12, yes, go for it. Right, which one is it that we're going to choose here? So we've got the option of choosing the 64-bit, and we've got the option of choosing the 68-bit. So we're going to choose the 64-bit because that's the latest one that we've done. Windows is starting up. looking for the boot.vim. Hopefully this is going to work. We're going to keep all our fingers crossed here. Okay, Microsoft Corporation. Now on the USB it does take a long time to load. It takes about an hour and a half to load 30 gigabits of information. Just give yourself 2 hours and give yourself half a day to set everything up. But as I said, once it's on the network and you've got gigabit link between the computers, it should be much quicker. So here we go to United Kingdom and keyboard. I always go for United Kingdom extended. Next, now the domain name we've got to give here, which is my domain. Yep, that's the one. Yep, that's the one that we want to install. And we want to install it on this partition here, definitely. Yep. And install it automatically into the session. Good. Copying files. And yes, there you go. The result is it's working. I'm going to pause now, and then I'm going to time it, and I'm going to give you a time as to how long it does take. The time at the moment is... oh, okay, I haven't got a time. Okay, I'm going to get a watch. Okay, the time is 10 past 12. The time now is 1:30. So it's taken 12, well, nearly 2 hours to put 30 gigabytes of information onto the new computer. But the good thing about this is that you could have at least 5 or 6 computers running at the same time to install the applications, rather than having it on a external hard drive, which you can only do one at a time. As you can see now, it's installing the features, and it's going to continue with the installation. So I'll pause for a little while again. It's going to restart in 4 seconds. This time, because we're not going to be pressing the F12, it's going to go and boot into the new Windows 7 installation. Which is something which is a problem in the US in the external hard drive, because if you leave it unattended and you walk away and you don't put the stick out, it goes over and over into a loop and keeps loading the Windows operating system. So once it's done that bit, you have to take the external hard drive out. Okay, so it's all worked fine. So we've got United States, United Kingdom extended. Again, next. User. Accept the license. Use recommended settings. Change the settings to London. These are always fine. Very quickly. Good time this time. As you can see, 11:31. Work environment. Good. All working okay. Starting Windows again.